Robert, I'd like to ask you to tell us and educate us a little bit about what your experience has been like on the rice diet. For starters, you've lost over 95 pounds now. You have done great work. If you can tell us a little bit about how long it's taken you, what the journey's been like, and some of the medical problems and some of the advancements and improvements in your medication regime, this would educate us quite a bit.
Okay, thank you. I started 36 weeks ago. Today's the end of the 36 weeks. And I weighed 275 pounds when I started. And I had bad back, I had bad knees, I had bad feet, I had bad digestion, which I never talked much about. Climbing stairs left me breathless, and I would actually need to sit down and rest a while. I had a lot of difficulty tying my shoes, and I couldn't wear loafers because I'd walk right out of them, so I had to accommodate myself in that. And just bending to get a pot out of the cupboard under the sink was difficult for me. I was 5 years post-heart attack, and I had gained 20 pounds from the day of the heart attack till the day I met Dr. Sprung. So I knew I was in trouble, and none of the doctors that I dealt with offered me anything except Weight Watchers, which just didn't seem to be right for me. And I was actually living in fear of the next heart attack, and I couldn't talk about that because my wife was living in fear of it, and if I talked about it, it would double her problem. I was on Diavan, Spirolactone, and Metropolo for my blood pressure. I was on Plavix and Lipitor, 80 milligrams, I think, of Lipitor for my cholesterol. Part of that was, that's a standard practice for heart attack victims. One of the drugs was supposed to get my heart back in shape, but I didn't know that when I started. Today, I'm on 1/4 of the original Lipitor, and I think my numbers are scarily good. I'm on 1/4 of the Metoprolol, so that's good, and I'm completely off the spironolactone. I got off that almost immediately. On the first set of blood tests, when we measured my blood sugar, I was outside the limits for healthy blood sugar, and today my blood sugar numbers are exactly where they belong, and I never went on medication for that. So that's a victory. The rice diet offered me a disciplined path to get where I wanted to be, and Dr. Sprung said that I would have regular visits with him, and the meetings were here, and I didn't know I wasn't supposed to. I just showed up that night after he talked to me because the meeting was that day, and you were a little surprised. But I knew what I needed. I lost 20 pounds in the first 2 weeks. 11 pounds the first week, 9 pounds the second week. So because I did so well the first week, I stayed on week 1 for the second week. But then I went to Key West for a Thanksgiving vacation with my wife. I did not gain any weight, if I remember right. For Thanksgiving dinner, I took a tablespoon of each food on her Thanksgiving plate and ate it. And I ordered a piece of key lime pie, and I just took the tip off the end of the piece of pie and gave the rest to my wife, and I was just fine with that. I took the cereals that I was allowed to eat at that point because I didn't want to be eating in restaurants and fussing about sugar-coated cereals and so forth, and I took a whole cooler full of apples and oranges for eating in the room and snacking between meals. And I did just fine. I even found a grocery store with a scale and weighed myself every morning and kept my log. And I want to say that keeping this log for me was very important because every day I could look at how much I weighed that morning. Every day I could see if I was going up or down. And sometimes it was nerve-wracking, but I've been true to it. My blood pressure, which was never really bad except the day I had my heart attack, is way low. Tonight it was under 100 on both numbers, I think, and I told Sasha that the other day I saw 30 seconds of Joy Behar and my blood pressure went to 113/70. And that's the worst I can remember my blood pressure in years. So, woman is dumb. So the daily weighing and blood pressure is really important. I dine out with care. I do ask for a box. I try to remember to ask for a box as soon as I get my food so I can separate it out when I don't. Sometimes I just eat the whole thing, and that's not good. So some days I'll go back to week one just for 1 or 2 meals for that day, just because I'm feeling like I'm eating too much over a few days, and that works for me. I buy fresh fruit and vegetables almost every other day. I'm in the grocery store, and I'm not buying the Cheetos and potato chips and stuff for myself. That reminds me that my wife still eats all that crap. Pardon my French, but I know it is now. And although I still have a taste for it, they'll say to me, "Do you want a chip?" And I'll say, "Don't ask me if I want it. You'll make me lie to you." And I don't take the chip. And now I have my granddaughter living in the house who keeps pushing salt and onion, I think, flavored potato chips at me, and betting me I can eat just one. And I just won't do it because I know how easy it is to backslide. I don't eat any fried food. I haven't had a McDonald's burger, which was my drug of choice when I came here. I haven't had a steak. I had a little tiny bit of beef on a salad once, and I didn't know it was beef, and I ate it. I was upset with myself. I don't drink any alcohol right now, and I haven't had a soda. I've had a few sips of soda, but I haven't had a can of soda since I started, and I was probably drinking a quart of soda a day when I came here. I walk. I couldn't walk the first 2 weeks, but about the middle of the second week I started walking, and lo and behold, I could walk 100 times farther than I could before I started. So each day I stretched a little bit, and now I walk 3 to 6 miles a day. And I wear the pedometer all the time. I try to keep it on from the time I get up till the time I go to bed. And it's a real effective tool for knowing if I'm actually exercising. And I recommend that you wear good shoes. Sandals and flip-flops are not good walking shoes, and those little slipper-like shoes that a lot of women wear are not good walking shoes, because if you're going to get exercise, you're going to pound a little bit, so you want something with a sole and a heel on it. I vary the route so I don't get bored. It's very easy to get bored walking if you're in the same circuit every day. I walk at the mall when it's really hot or when it rains. Everybody in the 4 big stores know me because I walk right through the circumference of the stores along with the walk in the perimeter. My present weight is 180 pounds from 275. I think only once or twice if I bumped up a little bit and then either stayed steady or come back down. So that's really good for me. And one of the things I like best, I can't wear any of my old belts. I've given away all my clothes twice. And I started in a 48 trouser, and today I'm wearing a 32, and I can't remember the last time when I got out of my car or stood up from the seat that I had to pull my pants up. They're sitting right on my pelvis bone. They don't go anyplace, and I can't wear a smaller pair because my bones are there. And that's the end of that trip. So I guess, unless you've got questions, that covers it.
One thing you didn't mention was, I think you had some sleep apnea before.
Oh, yes. Sleep apnea. I would fall asleep on the sofa and wake myself up feeling like I was choking. I would wake up several times during the night. The only reason I wake up in the nighttime now is because I'm drinking so much water. I gotta relieve myself. The other day I made the mistake of drinking 12 glasses of water, and I was up 5 times. I won't do that to myself again. But I've started drinking iced tea in that big McDonald's cup you get for $1. The unsweetened tea with a hunk of lemon. That's 4 glasses of water in that big glass, and then I refill it all day long at home. So it's good. And I also didn't mention 2 things. One is keeping my eye on the prize. I didn't want to be afraid of my heart killing me anymore. I wanted to be around. I won't go into detail, but my wife has got a long-term illness, and I wanted to be around in the event that her illness gets worse, that I'll be healthy enough to help her. And I never want to go back to not being able to climb the steps to my condo again and be breathless. So that was my primary goal. And And I learned that I was a convenience eater. A sandwich takes 30 seconds to put together, 30 seconds to eat, and I'm done. I go in McDonald's and I buy a meal, an extra value meal. Now, I didn't buy the real big stuff. I didn't ask for the extra large and all of that. But I'm still getting too much calories, too much salt, too much fat. But I could walk in there, know what I was going to get, know what it was going to taste like, know how much it was going to cost, and I could get out of there quick. That was a convenience eater. I ate hamburgers because I could cook them in 10 minutes on the grill. I ate steaks because I could cook them in 7 minutes on the grill. I ate pasta and sauce because I could mix up a pot of sauce without a lot of directed effort, and the pasta takes 10 minutes to boil. And I used to eat a lot of canned soup. Oh my God, if you're new, prepare yourself for a shock when you pick up a can of soup and look at the sodium on the back of the label. And it's per serving, not per can. And I play interactive electronic games. I have a Wii game. I play baseball, bowling, tennis, and golf. And I work up a sweat in my living room just as if I'm out on the tennis court or the bowling alley. At least a half hour a day I try to do. And I know the difference between real hunger and head hunger today. I was talking to one of our group before we came in here tonight, and I said when I first started, I was hungry when my head told me I was hungry. Today I don't count it unless my stomach is cramping or it's making those funny noises. That's when I'm hungry. And even then, I'd rather eat an apple than make a sandwich. There we are.
That was terrific, Robert. Congratulations on 95 pounds and on all of these health accomplishments, and you've taught us a lot.
Thank you.